Okay. My name is Danny Mills, and I work for the TPD Foundation, and I am an event coordinator for them. It doesn't matter. Which would you prefer for this? You want to use police? Tulsa Police? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. What the what the TPD Foundation does is it does a lot for the community. What we do is we pay for equipment that might be outside of the city budget. Um, for example, one thing that we were able to do is we raised $1.1 million for tasers for the officers, and we got about 300 tasers donated to the police department. And that was just all, just reaching out to people. Another thing that we do is we do acts of kindness. You might have seen it on the news stations around the holiday time of the year for Thanksgiving and Christmas. We give all the officers hams and turkeys to give out to the less fortunate in their area, or we also do mall gift cards. And then they'll pull them over, and instead of giving them a ticket, they'll surprise them with a turkey or a ham or a gift card. Yeah, they've been doing it for a little bit, and it's awesome. The response from the community is really good on it. And then another thing that we do is we do, it's called a PAL, it's Police Activity League, and a lot of it is the police officers working with children around the city, playing basketball games. We also did a lot with the Helms Art Center, and we put a lot of money into that and helped get that going. And it's got a ropes course out there as well, and that should be opening up soon. So yeah, there's a lot of different things that the TPD Foundation does. Yes, that is like my number one goal, anyways, is to because the perception's not always the best from the media. We were at the Tulsa State Fair every day, just raising awareness, trying to fix that perspective, because there is people in this community where they're like, hey, police are bad or this or that, but it's like if they see them doing, giving out a turkey or a ham or interacting with children or just different things that have them getting involved with their own community, it really helps fix that perception and just shows them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We started in 2015. We are. Yeah, the backstory of how it kind of came about was the chairman, Roger Chastain, um, is a police officer in the Tulsa community, and there was a incident that happened where they didn't have the proper equipment to de-escalate the event in the proper way, I guess. And he was like, "Hey, we need tasers," and he went to the board and they're like, "Hey, we can't do this, um, we can't afford it." And he's like, "Well, what if I buy one?" He's like, "Well, I can't just have you have a taser." He's like, "Well, what if I get 10?" And he's like, "Well, that's a good start." So it kind of just started from there, and we just started reaching out to businesses around the area to help, achieve that goal. And off we went, and we raised $1.1 million for that, because what their two biggest goals are is officer safety and citizen safety. So they're always looking for de-escalation tools. That's with the taser, and then the next thing that they're working on is it's a pepper ball launcher. It's got a little bit further of a range than a taser, and it doesn't have the officer in a predicament where he needs to be 25 feet away. He can be about 50 feet away, and it has a little bit of a spread with mace. And so instead of like somebody getting tased or something like that, it's like, hey, plus if they're not in the line of sight or something like that, they'll be able to, if they were in a room that you can't see, the officer can force them out of that room using that tactic, as opposed to using a taser or having to use a gun or something like that. So those are, that's the next big goal that we're working on moving forward. So they do. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have, I think I have notes right here actually. Just, because statistics are always good because they're true facts. Um, and for example, where is that? It might be right here. So basically, in a 12-month period, there was 9 officer-involved shootings, and then we got these tasers going, and it ended up dropping to over a year, only 1 shooting over that course of time. So I mean, it was a really drastic fall off, which is really good, and that's the vision for these pepper ball guns, or pepper ball launchers is the proper term that we use, just because it's all about safety for everyone. Everyone, like every officer wants to go home at night, and it's like somebody might be having a bad day and might make a crazy decision out there, and the officer, if they can get them off the street or in a safe way, that they just go to jail instead of something bad happening. They wake up the next day and they're like, wow, that was over the top and that wasn't me. So that's the biggest thing for the vision on that is just citizen and officer safety at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. Yes. Yeah, so we're doing an event November 10th. It's on the day of Bedlam that morning. And there's going to be some other things going on with the race, but that morning we're going to have the 5K and a fun run and walk. So if you don't run, you can come out there and do a walk that morning. It starts at, I think it's 9:45. The race starts at 9, and then the 1 mile fun run starts at 9:45. But also that day we're doing a cornhole tournament. So it's like, we want to make sure that people have something to do that's not, if you don't run, I'm not a runner. I don't like running, but I like being outside. But so we have this cornhole tournament in place. And then the winner of that will actually get a custom made cornhole set that we made. We worked with Tulsa Tech and got that put together. And on one side it'll say Back to Blue, 5K, and then the other one will be TPD Foundation. So the winner of that tournament will get that. And then we're also doing CrossFit games. We're working with Bellator CrossFit out in Glenpool, and they're going to bring out their equipment, and they've got some events set up for us that day as well. So we have a little bit of everything that day because we want to make sure it's not, it's a race, but there's also other things because, like I said, the biggest thing is community for us. So, mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, they can register on site. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They can register for the race, the cornhole tournament, and CrossFit all on www.backtoblue5k.com. And then on, let's see, on the TPD Foundation, you can follow us on Facebook. We always keep up because there's always a need for volunteers to help make these things happen. Many hands make light work.
Fallen Officer Memorial.
So completely different than what we've talked about, or just a different area. Okay, another thing that the TPD Foundation does is the Fallen Officer Memorial out at the Police Academy, and they also help pay for some of that too. So we always pay for the equipment that's outside the city budget, Fallen Officer Memorial, community activities with the children, acts of kindness. So there's a lot of different things that the foundation is doing in the area, and we want to raise that awareness to let people know that, hey, we're actually out there doing this stuff because it is relatively new. Okay. The TPD Foundation was founded for equipment that's outside the city budget and just to ensure the safety of the officers and the citizens. We're always looking for de-escalation tactics as well as ways to get involved with our children in the community to help change that perception of what they might view law enforcement as. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. And there's a lot of events that we do throughout the year that we are doing. We'll go like when Panera got hit by the tornado. We helped with the grand reopening and we did a little event out there that day. So we're always doing things that are getting involved in the community. Like we were out at there's a Tulsa Police Department and firefighters basketball game over the summer, and we were out there, just to raise awareness and let people know, hey, this is what we're doing. We are always looking for people to help, and we're always looking for people that want to help us, support the dream and the vision. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Yeah, for